Hi, it's Lee here. How are you? I'm going to sort of combine a bit of two things together here. So I want to do a bit of scrap busting, and then I saw Roxy's weekly challenge and I thought, well, that was a great idea what Rachel was doing this week. I had a day where I just sat with these pieces of A3 paper and I just glued all my scraps onto them. So I'm honestly, I started off quite sane, but towards the end, that's still quite flexible, that. But the more I got into it, the more I lost my grip on reality, and the thicker pieces of paper became. And yeah, so yeah, as you can see, they get. Well, I think I've put them into the order of my losing the plot. But I thought once they were cut up, they'd look pretty good. Anyway, this is the way they progressed. This is like, it's so thick. And this one, it was like, I found a bag of all these little banners and things, and I never use them. And when I do want to use them, I can never find them. So I thought, oh, I'm just going to stick them all over this piece of paper. Anyway, when I saw what Rachel was doing for Roxy's weekly challenge this week, I thought this is a good opportunity to use some of these. And so I'm going to cut them up, make them into journaling cards and tags, so forth. And she was applying paint to hers to just to knock back the background a little bit. So I thought I'd do that. So I'm going to just cut this up. I'll work out what size I'm going to do it. I think I'd like to do tags and journaling cards, so if I cut off a piece about that big, and then I can make tags out of the bottom and journaling cards out of the top, the smaller piece. So I'm just going to cut up a few of them, and I'll come back to you and we'll slap some paint around. Alrighty, so I cut up 2 of the sheets, and I've got 2, 4, 6 journal cards that could be either a journal card or a tag. Both of those are pretty much, could be either. And I've got, these ones are all 7 inches, so 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. I probably won't do them all. I've got some distress paints, so I've got Speckled Egg. I chose these ones because I wanted them to be sort of chalky, I guess is the word for it. So, and I know you can paint, you can write over the top of these ones, so that was one of the reasons. Not that this will be on the writing side, but that was just the way I was thinking. So peeled paint, frayed burlap, speckled egg, squeezed lemonade, and picked raspberry, and some white gesso to tone down a couple of those colours a bit. So I might just start with, I'll start with the frayed burlap. I don't know if I've even used this yet. I've just got a little palette. I'm going to put some paint on. Maybe this doesn't need to be, yeah, I reckon it will be a bit dark if I just put it straight on like that. So we get some gesso out of there, put a blob of it in there. That's a fairly neutral sort of colour. As Rachel said, you still want to be able to see through the paint. So that's one. So put them aside to dry. I haven't used my paints in ages. As in, I haven't done a painting for ages. I've been using my paint, but not for painting. See, this one's really dark, so it definitely needs to be toned down a bit. I can't wait to see what they look like when they're done. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some yellow now. And I think I'll just go straight in on top of that. I can't see that it would make too much difference to the colour. bit of white gesso there. Now, this one I think would be good with some yellow on it. So I need to put a bit of glue on that one too. This one. Honestly, I just put anything anywhere when I was making these. You really did get a bit carried away. There's another one that would be alright with yellow on it. So it's surprising, they look so much better when you chop them up, don't they? Compared to what they looked like before. Some yellow on this one, I think. This one's got a bit of pianola paper that I've typed something on, so I want to try and leave that showing. Okay, so that's those ones. Now, I might go for a bit of speckled egg. I think I'll just go straight on top of the paint again. Oh, broke my paintbrush. That's because I left it sitting in a jar of water. And that's what happens when you leave your brushes in a jar of water. They'll do that because the water dissolves the glue that's holding the bristles into the ferrule. Okay, cover that horrible thing up. Some bits of them are really nice and others are not so. Don't like that red. Okay, so in this bit. It was amazing how many scraps I got rid of. Like I had a whole container. I reckon I got rid of more than half of it. So that was awesome. I'm so glad I did it. That one will look good, a bit of pink on it. So with that one there. This one should look alright with the blue. Speckled egg. See, I love that part of it. Some of them are really thick because, you know, I really went to town. I used up like the whole jar, or what was left of my jar of Mod Podge. It was starting to go off, I reckon, because it had lumps in it, like you know, like it had been, you know, I'd go to use it and I'd be pulling out these big blobby things out of it. It was horrible. I'm sure it was near its use by date, but anyway, I used it all up, which was good. So 2023 is my year for using up stuff. What have I got left? These ones. This one, I reckon I'll just go straight gesso on this. Oops. And that might be one for straight gesso too. The gesso will help anything else that goes on top stay on as well. That's why when you're painting, you actually use it before you start applying paint. Now, this is pretty potent by the look of it. Just going to put a drop and then mix some gesso into it and see how that turns out. Yeah. I just put a bit of that blue speckled egg in there. I thought it might knock it back a bit. That's very bright. I love those stamps there. Okay. Good way of covering up the gaudy colours. And then when Rachel did hers, she used fairly plain papers, which is exactly the opposite to what I've done with mine. Okay, so it's time to leave them to dry. Now, I think these are dry enough to work on, but there is a problem. I tried one of them, and because I've got so many layers, it didn't stamp very well because the surface is not even. So I'm gonna try and see. I think using a stamp with less details on it is probably going to be the way to go. So I've got this one here. That will work. I just need to be aware of where I put the stamp. It's not too bad, but it's hard to see. It'll do, I guess. Do I want to try that on another one? I wish I'd used black instead of that brown on that, but never mind. I'll do a black one of the same stamp on one of the other ones. Maybe this yellow one. I have some other big flower stamps that I'm going to use anyway. So this one, I'll try and get it to come over there like that. I'd like to get myself a stamping platform. I think, yeah, see how it hasn't stamped off the edge there. Now, do you reckon I can get that to work? That's because the paper's so uneven. Let's see, give it a go. So we're going from there to there. And where it didn't work is here. I wonder if I could turn that upside down. Yeah. Put some pressure onto it. Maybe if I, rather than put the stamp onto the paper, I put the paper onto the stamp and then run the brayer over it. That's a little bit messy, isn't it? That's not too bad. I've seen worse. Okay, so it's those two. We'll leave that stamp for a while. Okay, so I've got some really nice big floral arrangements. Try this one. Maybe if I leave that there and put the ink on and leave this on the, like leave that on the counter, on the table. Do this. Maybe this is going to be another video called Stamping on Lumpy Surfaces. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that turned out alright. That worked. Okay. Let's try it on this one, which is a little bit more uneven. And it's smaller too, so yeah, I'll still use the same stamp. Okay, let's try and get this bit here. I should use my brayer. Except I did such a good job of tidying up, I don't know where it is. It's probably next door of all my paints. yeah, that's pretty good actually. That works. There we go. Found out something new. Now, I don't know what I did with, here it is. I should just get the excess ink off there. It's a really nice stamp. I love these. I just bought them recently from AliExpress. About the only place I can afford to buy anything from. Now this is a nice one. Which way does it go? You can go either way. I think it's this way. Okay, so let's go with that one. This one. It's got a bit of butterfly on there. That's vellum there. Okay. So, should I go black? The black cocoa and rhubarb stalk. I'll try the rhubarb stalk, which is red. Okay. Big reveal. Well, that turned out really well. I quite like that. Okay, now let's do a brown one of them on this. Yeah, I'll do a brown on this one, and then I'll do a black on that one. So this is working with leaving the stamp down on the table and then pushing the paper, the lumpy paper, onto the stamp. So let's go this side. Yeah, that's nice. That'll do for that one. And I was going to do a black one of the same thing, wasn't I? Oh, I use this other one here. This is sunflowers by the look of it. Go black. Give it a really good massage down. Okay, here we go, the big reveal. Yeah, that's cool. I like that one. Now, do I want to do another one of them? Maybe on here. Go black again. Got a green stamp pad somewhere, but I couldn't find it. It'll look nice with this one. I don't really want that butterfly or whatever it is. Get rid of that. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way, aren't I? This is what I'm going to do. Yeah, that one didn't turn out as good, probably because I didn't put it down the right way. I'll try again on this one, which is lumpier. The two that I've got left there are lumpy ones, so we'll see. Fingers crossed they work out. Okay. Let's just rub over this thing again. It's like a registration on the jelly plate. Doing this. It's a bit messy in there. Never mind. Okay. I'll use some of these other ones I've got. I've got a fox, and I've got this thing which is, I can never tell which way it goes. It's like a barrel or something with some birds, like grass and flowers growing up around it, and a bird in there somewhere. I might leave that one. Got some feathers. Got like a planner stamp thing. Got a fairy. And I've got this bird feeder thing. Okay, so I think I'll do the fox next. Okay. Over there. Put the fox on this one. And I'll do him brown. I'll go that way. And oh, that's terrible. That's moved around all over the place. That one goes back to be re-gessoed. Never mind. Now let's try and do the bird feeder with this one. Maybe I should try the fox again. Just use it on the block this time. It's like it's really smeared, like there's way too much ink. And that one didn't turn out either. That was so much of my great idea. That one goes back to be re-gessoed. Might get a few out of this. Let's put this little foxy boxy away. I'm not even going to try that other one because it's really intricate. One's over there. So I've got these three left. That's reasonably smooth. That one's a little bit lumpy in the middle. That one's pretty smooth. Okay, let's go for the black. And if this fairy will work. It's a bit fiddly. No, I'm not going to use it. I'll use this one because I know it's a fairly clear stamp. Let's go here. The edges is where it quite often doesn't work. That one turned out nice and clear. So I've got this one to go. I keep losing my bits of acetate. How did I go with that? That one was terrible. I'm going to try that on this. I should just put that back over there and have another go at it, put some more gesso over it and then try it again. This is a beautiful stamp. It's I don't know, it looks a bit like foxglove, not sure. Yeah, it's nice and clear, we can see the difference. That one I did twice, so. Okay, one more to go. I've got the feather and I've got the bird thing. I think I'll try the feather and maybe might put them both on there, put it over there, and go red. See if I could put a little bit of black. See how that goes. That one turned out pretty good. Didn't expect that. I quite like the way the black and the reds mixed together. Two different inks there. Okay, so let's have a look. The next thing I want to do is trim the corners. Okay, I can tell you I've made a boo-boo because what I should have done was put my piece of paper on the back before I did that. So my piece of paper is only going to cover that much. Never mind. So I've got 4 there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that have to go back to the drawing board and get re-gessoed and work out. The next thing I want to do is just maybe put a little bit of washi tape, something like that on these. Okay, so I've just got to glue some writing paper onto the back of that. Alrighty, so I've got all these done. That one I tore when I pushed the bone folder off, but I quite like it. I'm going to leave it, and I just need to put something in these. Okay, so I've got a bit of bric-a-brac here. I've got pink, sort of yellowy, pink. That might go right on here. Alrighty, so this. And what are the other ones back there? These are the journaling cards. So I completed 5 of them, and I got 6 of the other ones done, and then I've got 4 that I have to redo. Alrighty, Let me know in the comments what you think. This is a lot of fun. Stamping on such a bumpy surface isn't great if you want just like really clear edges on your stamps. So wouldn't recommend that. I mean, these are beautiful stamps, but because I was doing it on the collaged surface, yeah, it hasn't turned out that well. But it's alright. Passable. It is for junk journals, so it's not meant to be perfect. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Check out the hashtag Roxy's Weekly Challenge. And I'll see you in my next video. And until then, I'll say cheers from Australia. Hooroo!